Hi there. I'm just wanting to do a little talk, and I think I want to start off by talking about my spiritual awakening. I'm just been sitting here thinking about all this information that I talk about. This is going to be more of a free-flowing talk, not a serious counterintelligence, or I talk about all different things. But yeah, just want to start off by talking about I've been sitting here thinking about the relentless information that I've got, and there's a lot of it, and it's relentless, and anyone can tap into it any time. How you do that is to, like I say, you've got to authentically look at everything like it's you, and once you do that authentically, really mean it, you start to access a tiny space in your heart, which is a portal to the divine consciousness. And yeah, when I had the spiritual awakening, I say it all the time, what happened was you're just remembering what your soul already knows. We all have different lives and stuff, and we basically experience each other's experiences. And when you awaken, you're just basically, it's time to return home. And the home is within you, you see. And this is what awakening really is. You just basically return home, and the counterintelligence that I talk about as well, that's basically I'm accessing the creative power. That's all counterintelligence is. It's basically the creative energy force that basically manifests life. Life comes from a very creative power. And you can call it God, call it the creator, whatever. It's more like a creating thing. And this power is what counterintelligence is. I said it in one of my videos yesterday that a long time ago someone would have been very psychic. They would have been tapping into this power as well and called it counterintelligence. And I've looked on the internet to see other people speaking about it, to see if they can match my level. And no one speaks about this counterintelligence like I do. And I give you the ins and outs of it. I give the methods. I give all the different stuff. I mean, it's out of this world, and no one else talks about it. And this is one of my. Counterintelligence is kind of like my bread and butter, you could say. One of them, but of course the information's infinite, you see. So when you think of it like that, you realise you don't know a thing, because the information's infinite. If it's infinite, then you can't know anything. So basically, this is how you open up to the information, and this is how many people say they know nothing. But to have the innocence to attract this information, you've got to have this thing about within you. You really are innocent, and I've always had that way about me. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always very vulnerable to things, and would fall for things very easily. I would believe in things very easily. And people would say when I was growing up that I was very gullible. And this innocence has kind of stayed with me. I didn't do very well in school, and because I didn't listen to them. There's something in me that just didn't trust. I've never trusted people. I've never been like that. And basically, I think what I believe is what I know. Is that that's how I'm attracting this information, because of this innocence. It stayed with me. Because I wasn't programmed from school, because that's what the education system is. I've kept that innocence. This is what the education system's all about. It's all about taking away your innocence, you see. They want to take that away, because then you're going to be away from your divinity. Because when children are very small, before they're at school, that's when they're their divine nature. School and an education system is about kicking that out of you. And so that and perceptual program, and that's what education system is. It's basically I talk about counterintelligence, and that's the name of the game if you want to control someone's perceptions. And schooling's a big part of that. And counterintelligence is a situation where it's a long range goal. And you see it all the time. You can put it on your television and it's there, and the internet is, all these different things are just platforms for counterintelligence. They need a platform. And this is why television had to be invented, and that's why internet had to be invented. Because these are all platform stages to project counterintelligence. Counterintelligence is when you turn on your television and there's an advert promoting the Navy or the Army. That's counterintelligence, getting you to think a certain way. The most powerful subconscious programming is the kind of programming that is like me talking to you, but I'm not saying something directly to you. That's the thing that affects you the most. The more I'm like not doing it directly. And this is what you see all the time on television. You see it on the internet. It's things not direct, but these are the most powerful things that get to you. And like I say, yeah, this is something I talk about, and it all came from this awakening that anyone can access. Because what you're doing is, like I say, you're tapping into this infinity of knowledge. And you know, that's all it is. And anyone can awaken at any time. You've got to authentically look at everything as you. Once you do that, you go within and you start to tap into that infinity of knowledge and infinity of that power. See, we all come from an infinity of consciousness, conscious awareness, and infinity of that, of which doesn't have a beginning or an end. But even if you look at your life, that's what I tell people is, look at your life. You know, for me it's 31 years of being aware and being here. So, and that's the same for everyone. So if that's the same for everyone, then and the obvious assumption is that because within the here is infinity. So that's why I came up with the assumption of that's what we are, infinite awareness. And I use this as an example. And everyone you speak to, it would have been your personal experience that you've only ever been here and aware in here. So that's why the obvious assumption is just pure awareness. Just infinitely changing. And this is how I explain that to people. But anyway, I think I'm just going to end it there. I just wanted to do a little free-flowing video and speak about a few things. And if you're watching, you're meant to watch it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.